Welcome back to another episode of Ruthless TV, where I break down Tyler Perry's The Oval scene by scene. Now, let's get into all this juiciness. Listen, the first video that I did regarding the trailer, it was actually the preview from the last episode, right? So it wasn't the official trailer, but we do have the official trailer now. It's a full trailer, and I actually found two trailers. It was the same trailer, but one had more scenes in it than the other. And I'll let you know why I think that is as we get into the video, all right? And I'm not going to go in any particular order because there are a lot of scenes, and they're really short scenes. So it's not like, we can kind of elaborate a whole lot, but we do have something to go on. Now, it does open with Hunter and Ellie, and looks like they're riding somewhere, and he tells her to buckle up. It's going to be a long ride. So, and in his tone, it kind of seemed as if he was punishing her, like a kid who had done something wrong, and he was just taking them to be punished. So that's what it sounded like to me. And of course, Hunter is still upset because Ellie took his underwear after their little rendezvous, and he doesn't know what she was doing with them. Of course, everyone assumed that she was trying to set him up, but then Ellie tells him, "Oh, I'm in love with you, and I wanted something to remember you by, and I wanted to smell your cologne," and just telling him all this, whatever he wanted to hear, whatever she thought he wanted to hear, right? But let me make that correction. He did say it's a wild ride and not a long ride. So it looks like Ellie is going to be in for quite a surprise. Then we have a scene with Jason and Priscilla. We have Jason. Jason's showing her all of his audio visual. Of course, it's of Sam and the First Lady. Remember in the last episode, he did send her the audio because he said that he couldn't send video because of the White House security or whatever. So he didn't send her the video, but now it looks like he's showing her the actual video. So apparently Jason has cameras in every room, especially his parents' bedroom, in those offices. I think it was the yellow room that they were in. So there are some cameras in there, and he has the footage, and it looks like he's showing Priscilla. So then we move on to the next scene, and these scenes, you guys, are very, 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 very quick. So it was really hard to try to snapshot it. Okay, so just bear with me on these grainy photos. But this is Priscilla and Sam, and she's knocking the snot out of him. She's giving him one across his face, it looks like, and I'm sure it's because of what's going on with he and the First Lady, or what has gone on with he and the First Lady. So remember in my last video, I did say that there was an Instagram photo of Sam and Richard in Richard's yard, and Sam went over to his house, right? So this kind of confirms what I was saying, that he did go over there, and it was not a friendly conversation at all. So the scene shows Richard knocking the snot out of Sam. I mean, Sam is going to be all battered and bruised before it's all over with. But Sam may have gone over there to address him, to ask him, hey, did you tell Priscilla about the affair? And then Richard, of course, would tell him no, that he didn't. But Sam may not have believed him, and then just kind of went off on Richard. And Richard done hopped up out of the chair and just went in. I guess he just wants to let Sam know, hey, it wasn't me, but we're not going to do this. But Sam looked like he was getting aggressive with him in that photo. If you didn't check out that video, I'll leave a link to it here so that you can look at it. Then on the next slide here, it's not a whole lot to take from it. It looks like the Scooby-Doo van, the van that they used to kidnap Barry. And then it looks like it was coming head on with this other dark car, and then the dark car flipped over while the van kept going. So I don't know, maybe they discovered that Barry was missing, and then I don't know. This is a very quick scene, but we can't really take a lot from it, only that Barry is in that van. And the reason that van was speeding is probably because they were on their way to the compound. Clearly Barry is on that compound, just like I said in the other video, but I'm sure, it didn't take a whole lot to figure that out. I mean, where else are they going to take him to, right? But it looks like Daikon is coming out of the gate. These guardsmen don't really look familiar to me. It's not Clark for sure, and it's not Oliver, so I don't know who these men are, but it doesn't look like any of the regulars. And speaking of not looking like the regulars, this does not look like Barry to me at all. I mean, it does kind of favor him, but it doesn't look like Barry. They have him blindfolded, but then when they take the blindfold off, I'm like, his face just looks more broad to me. His neck looks more broad, and his chest. I don't remember Barry being that large and that built, I don't know, maybe he lost weight or something, but even still, the guardsmen, the people, the Rakadushi members, they're holding him, and I don't know who they are either, but who knows? Like I said, they probably just used extras to film this part. And this is why I think we have two different trailers. I don't know where this other trailer came from, because it doesn't look like it's being published or aired on the main channel. The extended trailer, or the one with more scenes in it, is one that I found on YouTube. And again, I'll leave a link in the description on where I found it. And then the other one is on the Oval's official page on Instagram. So there are like two different ones out there, but that's probably why we have these grainy photos and pictures that don't look like the actual cast members. So then we'll move on to this house. At first I thought it was the cabin, but I was like, that's not the cabin. That house is too big to be the cabin. So I don't know whose house this is and why they would be there, but it looks like someone is there in the yard. Then here's another character that doesn't look like anyone that we're familiar with, but it looks like it may be Lily, but again, it doesn't really look like Lily. It does look like Lily a little bit, but I don't know. There's just, some slight differences that I'm able to pick out. But again, that's not important. If it's Lily, it's Lily. But, right here, she's holding a gun. It looks like she's pointing towards that house. And then later that night, it looks like the same house. And there's a huge explosion in the house. But that house looks a little smaller than the house that we just saw. So I don't know who these people are flying through the flames, nor do I know whose house this is. So we'll just have to wait to see on that one. Then we move on to another scene. It looks like some men are cleaning up the debris from that explosion. They're all in hazmat, gear, and looks like the motorcade or the president is coming through on the street. And there was a voiceover that came on the trailer, and it was Kyle. And he said that there were some terrorists that were plotting to kill the president. So I'm assuming that this is the cleanup crew after that explosion, and they're coming through now because it's safe, I guess. Then we see Jason peeping through the door, and he looks like he's pushing the door open slightly. And that person that is behind the door is Ellie. It looks like Ellie. And of course, I hope she's not about to become another victim, because, Jason is looking like he's got his hoodie on. He looks a little creepy, and she doesn't think that he's there. I mean, it doesn't look like she's expecting him, right? So I don't know. I just hope that he does not kill her, but you know what Jason's MO is. So, and maybe Hunter has set her up and just told Jason to go in and mess with her or something. I don't know, but remember, they were in the car on the way somewhere, but this may have happened prior to that. It may be out of order, but I just hope that he's not going to kill her, because he kills everybody. And this is what I was talking about in another video, that I really want to see some of the scenes play out and see the consequences of some of these characters, and just to kind of get some more depth to the plots here, so that if they're going to kill everybody off, it's just like, she's going to get killed, she's going to get killed. It's like none of the cast is going to be left pretty soon, so we'll just have to wait to see. Yes, it is Priscilla and Flotus. Priscilla is strolling in. She's like, yeah, Twitch, it's me. I cannot wait. This is the most anticipated scene of season 2 for me. Like, I'm ready to see this scene. Now, I don't think Priscilla's going to care too much about what's going to happen to her, because she's seeing red. This is what a commenter said, and I agree with her. She is seeing red. She is going to flip out on Flotus, right? And Flotus gonna come right back with it, because she's she likes to fight too. So I don't know. I just hope that Priscilla, keeps it cool and just handle this with Sam. Take it up with Sam. I don't know. But of course, she's got to address the woman too. But I don't know how this is going to go. But I'm definitely waiting on this one for sure. Then they show another quick snippet of Hunter in the car with Ellie. And then he says, bad people meet bad endings. So things aren't looking too good for Ellie. I don't know I know that Hunter orders a lot of people to do things to other people, ordering killings and murders and, take care of it and, get rid of them and all these things. But, he doesn't strike me as a person who would actually kill someone himself. And, of course, he would order someone else to do it. But do you guys think that he's gonna, put Ellie in that position to where, she has to leave Earth? I don't know. It just, I really feel sorry for Ellie right now. Then we see little Miss Lily. I'm telling y'all, Lily wants her husband. She wants her husband. We talked about this in the last video that I did. And she's standing there in her teddy. She's seducing the Donald, and he fell for it. Oh, he's on it. He walked right on over there to her. And hopefully he's not going to put his hands around her neck, because y'all know these scenes get really, really intense. They get really crazy really fast. So hopefully, they can do the married thing and, forgive each other and live happily ever after. But I know that's not what's going to happen. But, whatever. And, Kyle is going to be pissed, but, Donald is like, hey, Kyle ain't got one of these. so let me just go on and get on it. But anyway, that concludes this trailer breakdown, the full trailer this time. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed and you're an Oval fan, go ahead and subscribe so that you won't miss any videos that I do on the Oval. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys, and I will see you on the next one.